Today, we're going to be doing our Names to Watch panel. And this is going to be an opportunity for you to see some of our up-and-comers that have generated results quickly and have some unique strategies to share with you on how they did it. How many of you would like to know how to get results fast? How many of you would like to know how to get results fast if you're brand new? How many of you would like to know how to get results fast if you're not new but still slightly confused at times? All right, I think with those caveats, I managed to get everybody in the room. So ladies and gentlemen, please, on your feet. And you at home, you better be standing too. I know where your address is and I will find you. And with that, I'd like to ask you all to help me welcome our Names to Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Adrian and Vanessa Hines. Welcome, welcome. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay on your feet and please help me welcome Mr. Chad Ogsted. Woo! And ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Mr. Brian Couch. And ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Miss Paulina Blue Catch.
Video.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very, very much. Now I'm going to just walk right around the back here because there's nothing ruder than inviting guests out to the stage and then having your back to them. So I'm going to be sitting over here while we get to know our names to watch. So what we'll do, we'll start over at the left, Adrian and Vanessa. Why don't you say hi to everyone? And what we're going to do is just hit a couple of minutes on your story. How you got here, when your moment of transformation took place, stepped across the line from Power Network. Tell us about it.
What's going on at Power Network? I always wanted to do this. 1, 2, 3. Awesome, awesome. Well, first of all, it truly is an honor and a privilege to sit in front of you guys. We thank Jay Cron, we thank the Empower Network corporate team and all of that. It truly is one of our visions to, while we were at, Nashville, we both had a dream that we were going to be on stage at the next, I wanted to be on stage at the next event, and we were imagining holding up our $1 million rings. And so we don't have that just yet, but we are on stage. And so I just want to let you know that if you can conceive it, it'll happen. And
so Adrian, I got to know, man, do you and Vanessa, do you warm up that pose when you're at home, with the $1 million ring? You in front of the mirror, boom, this is how it's going to be?
We do a mixture of that and the Scream on the Roller Coaster from Darren Hardy's book, The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. So we imagine that we're going down a hill. Y'all got to get the book to understand it. But that's one of the things that we do. But very quickly, I came across Empower Network through my mentor, Tracy Walker. I just came from an event in Vegas in 2010. Everything was good, but I was transitioning. I wanted to start a church. And I wanted to have the free time and the residual income to be able to do the things. All I wanted to do was start a church and preach and watch college football on Sundays. That's pretty much it. On Saturdays. And so, to make a long story short, I messaged Tracy on Facebook because we already knew each other. Messaged her on Facebook, asked her what she was doing. She said, well, I partnered up with Dave Wood. And I heard of Dave Wood before, but just never seen his stuff. Partnered up with Dave Wood, and go ahead and watch this video. So that was a 3.5-hour video from Orlando.
Oh, wow, that was nice. She sent you the short one.
Yeah, and so basically, I watched some of it when I had a job. I watched it at work. I said, this is too good. I can't even pause it. And so I went home and rewatched the first 30 minutes and the whole thing. I said, Tracy, I'm all in. And I sent her, that was when we had to fax stuff over or they were filling it out on the phone. This was before we had the shopping cart, and you know, the rest is history. And I met my beautiful wife through Empower Network, and I'll let her tell her story.
Love that. I love that. Please see our average marriage disclaimer, www.empowernetwork.youmayfindyourspouse.com.
Right. Marriage not typical. Okay, so as far as my story goes, it's a little bit different. I don't have like a network marketing background. I was in corporate America, and actually when I was listening to Thomas's story, I really resonated with it. Basically, I came from humble beginnings, Section 8 welfare. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, single parent home, and you know, climbed my way up the corporate ladder by doing what everyone does, right? The American dream of going to college and then grad school, first in my family to attend college, and you know, got to a place where my goal in life was really to hit 6 figures by 30 years old, to be able to help my mom, you know, financially, help my family out. And like, I'd say a couple years into that, I basically started looking around at the people that I was working with, and they all seemed so miserable. Every day I was like trying to uplift people, and every day I basically was struggling getting out of bed. And I think there was just a day, I just had a breaking point. I was having a meeting with my manager, and she basically was like, you know, Vanessa, you don't seem very happy. And I was like, I'm not, you know, I mean, that's the truth. And I left crying, and that was a Friday, and I prayed all weekend. And on faith, I quit my job with really no real plan, except that I had a real estate license in Georgia. So I was like, I'm gonna go do that and invest in myself. And actually, like the next week, I found this lady named Tracy Walker online, just a random search, and joined Empower Network. And within, I think, a month and a half, I was at the first event, which was Austin, and I met my husband there, and the rest is history. Basically, we're both full-time online entrepreneurs. We started off as friends, and you know, you never know what will happen when you make that decision, I think. And so I'm living proof that dreams come true.
So I gotta ask, how many of you in here can relate to the feeling she was talking about, where there was just this gradual dying inside of going to a job, and it's like, I'm not happy today, now I'm even less happy, now I'm irritated, now I'm kicking the dog, like plotting to burn the building down? Like, how many of you can relate to that? There you go. See? You're not the only one.
That's right.
How's it going, guys? Good. Hey, thanks. Hey,
I am also good. Thank you for asking.
Hey, good. Hey, about 10 years ago, I got into network marketing. I called thousands and thousands and thousands of leads. Anybody done that before? Phone call leads? Like 3 people? All right. Did that for 2 years. And I barely made any money in that company. And I was so burnt out. I was so done. I made a decision to make a change. And, you know, I thought I was making a change for the better, but I didn't have any positive place to put it. And I became actually really addicted to video games. Anybody been addicted to video games? World of Warcraft, don't do it. Anyways, so I got extremely depressed about a year or so into that. Because I was going nowhere. There was no progression in my life at all, besides in my video game life was great, but my outside life was terrible. You know, I was basically living off my mom, which came all the way here from Michigan, and my grandmother.
Where's your mom?
Right here.
Mom, stand up. Let's give it up for her.
And I became really depressed. I found myself one day with my head down at my desk, listening to the music of the video game, crying my eyes out because I pretty much hit rock bottom in depression. And I just made a decision to make that change. And I had to find a way to get out of it. And I actually went into some therapy. And I liked the vision of being free. Who got into this to be free? Yeah. So I spent the next 3-4 years searching for something, searching for something that I could actually be able to live on a beach, to be able to sip coconuts and be able to make money, or be in Las Vegas and make money, which I have all week. It was awesome. March of 2013, I'm sitting so I had to find a job to just pay for things. I started doing door-to-door sales. I got really good at it, but it was just a grind. Every week you had to start over. Anybody do door-to-door in here? Yeah. So I found myself in Orlando in a sales office, and they're paying for everything, rental car, housing, everything. And I'd been there about 2 weeks. I listened to this guy making $80,000 a month tell me that basically he works 80 some hours a week. He drives 4 hours a day, 2 hours there, 2 hours back. And there was no vacation, there was no freedom, there was no nothing. And there was something snapped inside me because I knew that was where I was going. And so think of where you are right now and where your boss is or the person above you. Are they living the lifestyle that you really want to live? Are they happy with their life? Probably not, right? And if that's the truth, because that's where you're going, that's the direction. There's no like, woo, we're gonna be happy. You know, like, no. What they have is what you have, what you in 3 years. So I made a decision, quit that. I had like $150, took that $150 and launched my business in a hotel room, and just spent the next week in a hotel room just blogging videos, connecting with people on Facebook, and just nonstop, just go hard, like as hard as I possibly could. Sponsored 10 people my first like 4 days. It was out of hand. But.
Rock on. Yeah. So I gotta ask you, so last name spelling Ocksted, right?
S-T-A-D-T.
S-T-A, so you do have a DT.
Yes, I do.
See, what you guys might not know is I am also a DT.
Yeah.
Which is the end of Kronstedt. So, are you Swedish?
No, it's German. Actually, Sted means city in German, and so our German folks,
I didn't know that. This whole time, I thought my name was Swedish, and I don't know how to feel anymore. I have a lot of questions to ask my parents when I get home.
You're an EDT, right?
Yes.
I'm an ADT.
See? This is why I have to bring up people smarter than me. This is why. Well, awesome, man. Thank you so much. Mr. Couch.
Hello.
How you doing?
Wonderful. What's up, buddy? I mean, personally, for me, you know, I can relate a little bit with Vanessa in that I was in a job and I was working, and that was actually, if I could rewind a little further back, you know, I guess I recently found out what wanderlust is, and anybody? Got that a little bit? You know, I want to travel a bunch. It sounds weird, but it means you love travel. I got invited to go to a Euro trip to go around Europe. But at the time, I graduated from college and I didn't really have a job. And my friend said, "Yeah, you can come with us, and I'll pay you. And then my dad will give you a job making like $11 an hour, and you can pay me back." And so he's actually over there somewhere wearing the suit Shuck shirt. There he is in the back, raising up his hand.
All right, give it up for him.
Hunter. Yeah. So he was nice enough to not charge me to live in his laundry room, and his dad gave me a job. And
wait, in the laundry room?
In the laundry room,
so
yeah.
I gotta know, like, logistically, how did this work out?
So,
was it like a large dryer and you kind of just like hammocked out?
It was actually a small dryer, and I had a mattress that I laid down on the ground.
Strong.
And then I would pick it back up so that we could wash clothes and stuff. And like one time it
very,
flooded.
Very, very efficient. I mean, you could, basically get ready for bed, put your clothes in, go to bed, wake up, clean, jam, you're done.
Yeah, it's super loud, but yeah, sure. Anyway, I was doing that, and at the same time, he saw me kind of messing around on the internet trying to figure things out, and he's like, "This is weird. I don't know anybody else that makes a bunch of money online. I don't know anybody else that has a job like that, or has a business like that, or has a lifestyle like that. And here I am plugged in, watching these videos, watching David Wood, watching Lawrence Tam, watching all these people out there create this awesome success, this dream that I wanted to live. And so I had to stay focused. I mean, everybody around me was kind of, they were like, "Well, you're not really making that much money. What are you doing online? Why are you kind of wasting your time with that stuff?" But I stayed plugged in. I stayed listening to these audios. I stayed watching the videos and learning what I was doing. And And fast forward a little bit, I actually kind of graduated from that 11-hour job to the job that was more like what Vanessa had, and seeing all the people that were ahead of me, and in line to what I was working towards, and they were miserable. They were talking about hump day, happy hump day, the best part of the week that it's halfway over. Looking forward to the end of the week because there's nothing really else good going on in that 5-day period. I was like, I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of what we have going on here. And so I just kind of plugged into it. I kept doing it. I kept going. I got my blog going. I got YouTube stuff going. I got Instagram stuff going, like Paulina here. And now I've been able to travel a lot. I was in Hawaii for about a week making money, like Chad here. I was here all week too in Vegas. I went to San Diego. Before that, I spent another week in Colorado. So now I'm able to kind of live my dream because of what Empower Network has done for us.
Yeah. Rock on.
So I love you guys. Thank you.
What do you think, Paulina? Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm just looking at my last name, how it's...
Yeah, what they do on these magic monitors is they know that, my gray matter declines as the day goes on, so they spell it for me phonetically. So no, your name probably doesn't have a hyphen, and it's not spelled that way. But they did put a little note on there, just, smile, yep. Wave to everyone at home.
So,
Tell us your story.
Well, hi, my name is Paulina. And actually, before I tell my story, I want to say that I believe everything happens for a reason in life. And we were supposed to be here on the stage 3 hours early, right? There were some changes in schedule. And I had my story and speech planned in my head, and I was going to speak something different. And during all these 3 hours, I'm freaking out of what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say all this stuff. And just before we go in here, I just decided it's so not important. I'm going to just speak from my heart.
I think everyone in here would much prefer it if you spoke from your heart.
Yeah, and I want to share, thank you guys. I want to share 2 meaningful things for me today. The first one is, for the first time ever, my team is here.
Excellent.
I want you, how many people? I want you to stand up. 10 people, I think, came this event. Where you guys at? Stand up.
All right.
So it means a lot for me. And another meaningful thing has been 2 years anniversary since I started Empower Network, and 2 years since I quit my job. Because when I started Empower Network, 1 week later I quit my job. That's how crazy I was. I believed in vision of freedom, and that's why I'm here. So I'm originally from Russia. English is not my first language. I came to USA 4 years ago, chasing American dream. But it wasn't that I pictured that it was. I thought I'm going to make a lot of money and open my business. But I faced the reality working as a slave, 9-5 job, sometimes even 9-11, 6 days a week. And I just stuck in that rat race, I lost myself. I got depressed because I was so far away from my family and all on my own. I didn't speak English, so when I would go to my job, I would memorize some script where I'm going to tell people, and I could only tell what I memorized. They would ask me something different. I would just smile and say, okay. So that's how bad it was. And that brought me to that point that I got so depressed, lost, and I started hating my life. I lost myself, lost my purpose. And I realized that I need to change, something had to change. That's how I came across Empower Network, August 2013. I joined Empower Network and it just changed my life, That's why I'm here, and for me it's more than just a business, it's just total transformation. So these 2 years been the most transformational years in my life.
Excellent.
Thank you, guys.
So, one of the things that I want to make sure that you're all picking up on is seeing that every single story is different, but that the core motivators that a lot of them share are similar. The desire for freedom, the desire to not be locked into somebody else's career path, and the desire to achieve by helping others achieve and bringing them along with them. And it's something that is completely common in every one of these stories. So now what we're going to do is dive into some fun questions that I have prepared. So what I want to start with, and whoever would like to speak first can, we've got 2 mics, so I'll just trust you guys to pass them back and forth accordingly. If you only had one marketing tool, and you can't say blogging, because everybody knows that's the right answer. So if you have your blog, it is functioning perfectly, amazingly, you're blogging every day, as all of you are, and you needed one other tool, and it's the only other one you could have. Might be YouTube, might be Instagram, might be direct mail, might be whatever you like. You get to pick your favorite. So, what's your favorite?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Videos. It's kind of the closest thing possible to having a conversation. And you guys right now are seeing me talk, and you guys are here, and then y'all on the live stream, you're able to watch it too. Hi to the live stream. It's really similar. It's the closest thing possible to that we get. But there's a lot more leverage in it. You know, I can have a conversation with one person, and I can tell them all about how this has changed my life, how getting all in has helped me break through in huge ways. And I can talk to that one person, or I can say that same thing to a video and get 100,000, 1 million people to see it.
All right.
I get to live my life a little bit better, right?
So
a lot of leverage.
So first of all, really good answer. So, let's talk tube here for a minute. So, when you started building YouTube, what was the hurdle or the roadblock that you ran into that once you got past it or once you changed your approach, it changed everything?
Yeah, that first one was the nerves, the scared. I'd never made a video of myself before. I'd never put myself on the internet for strangers to watch and judge me.
No.
Never. I'd never.
Wait a second.
I'd never done that.
These people watching us are judging us right now? Right now? No, they wouldn't do that.
So it was actually it was something that I had heard Dave Wood say, that he was nervous when he first started doing this, and that his mentor had thrown up every day before he went on the stage, before talking, but he still did it and was able to break through. And when I see that Dave Wood has able to create all of this through video, and he was in the same spot that I was, being nervous like that, I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to crank out 20, 30 videos, and by then all those nerves were gone. I could click play on a video and deliver a message to it like I was talking to a friend. I put those out to the internet, and like over 1 million people have seen me on a video.
So, let's give it up for him. Now I want to ask all of you a question out there. You noticed he said 20 to 30 videos. He didn't say 2 to 3. Now, the key there is he powered through it. Now, did you set a number of videos that you were going to make? Like you said, I am just going to do 30 videos no matter what.
As many as it takes.
As many as it takes.
Yeah. That was. And now I have a challenge that I've been issuing out to people. And if y'all look at my Facebook wall, you'll see a bunch of people that decided to take my challenge. But I heard David Wood say, you can't be weak with people, so you got to push them. So I said, I had people asking me questions. How do you do this? How do you do that? And I told them I'll tell them the answer if they took my challenge. And so the challenge was 50 videos in 48 hours.
50 videos in 48 hours.
Yeah.
That means at least in 2 of those hours you had to make 2 videos if you didn't sleep at all. That's a lot of videos. That's amazing.
Yeah, anybody that's gone through it, you can't be nervous after making 50 videos in 40 hours. You're going to pick up a thing or two about starting a video, having a good call to action, and delivering a message well. And, the fastest way to learn anything is total immersion. Do a ton of it right away.
So who's going to take the 50 video in 48-hour challenge? Raise your hands. All right, you got some takers.
Couple hands.
You got
Brian
some takers.
Couch, find me on Facebook. Say it on my wall. And I'll unfriend you if you don't do it.
All right.
About 100 videos in 72 hours.
100 videos in 72 hours?
Yeah.
I've done it.
Wow. That is outstanding. So, Paulina, while you have the mic, what's your favorite? And it can't be YouTube, because we just covered that.
It is Facebook.
Facebook, okay.
Yes.
And how are you using Facebook?
I'm using it for several reasons. Paid marketing, you can do paid ads. If you don't have a budget, you can do free marketing, like connecting with people, talking through inbox. And you also can do videos, like he's doing YouTube, but you can also do it on Facebook and drive your friends crazy by doing 100 videos in 72 hours.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody in here is on Facebook and loves Facebook. So, if you had to give your favorite Facebook secret, or the approach that after you found it out, it made Facebook all the more powerful, what would it be?
There is attraction marketing.
Tell me more about that.
Like doing videos, like lifestyle videos, sharing your vision, why, sharing stories, connecting with people, building relationships. Because when you're doing, you're driving your traffic, doing paid ads and all this stuff, you connect with your leads, connect with people, so they come to your Facebook and they see you, they see you live, they see your videos, they see that you're real. So it helped me to connect with with the people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Attraction marketing on Facebook, lifestyle, being authentic, and giving people the opportunity to connect and build a genuine relationship with you. How many of you are in this room because at some point you saw someone sharing their lifestyle or sharing their vision with you, and that's what brought you here? How many of you?
I'm here because I saw videos, someone was doing videos, and it inspired me to get started.
Yep. And to even underscore how powerful that is in whatever medium you deliver it, we are all here because Dave Wood started blogging about his vision all those years ago, which is what created what we now enjoy. So as far as unbelievably powerful, sharing your story authentically, letting people connect and be attracted to it, rock on. Let's head over down this way.
Awesome. I'll say the Facebook Messenger app.
Specificity, well done.
See around the spot. No, I do all the stuff, or a lot of the stuff Polina does too. I actually built most of my business in that Messenger app, and now it's even another level because who's ever done the voice thing on the Messenger app? Isn't that awesome? Has anybody done the video one?
Just now.
You did a video message to somebody?
Just now.
On here? Oh, there we go. See, so isn't that cool that you can actually just pick up your phone, shoot a video of yourself. So if I had somebody that was inboxing me right now and wanted information about my business, how freaking crazy would it be to be like, hey, and I'm on stage, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like that. All you have to do is just, people think that internet marketing is going to be so disconnected and that they're going to be just hiding behind their computer. And if you can just shoot a video and say, hey, how are you doing today? Yeah, they're going to be like, holy crap, this person's a real person. Oh my God, and they freak out and then they just buy everything.
That's what we're going for.
Yeah. So that's my go-to.
Rock on. Adrian, Vanessa?
I would say video, and one day I did 90 videos in 24 hours, so I kind of beat everybody else.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, these video counts just keep getting crazier and next time someone's gonna be like, I made 4,285 videos this morning. Now what?
But
it's just
I would definitely say if you're gonna use video, you gotta learn YouTube because it's constantly changing. I've had 3 channels shut down, probably have over 1,000 videos out there. And it is, you got to learn certain strategies to get the right people, but you will find that when you connect with the right people, they will sit and watch almost all of your videos and then join you in business. And that's one of the biggest things that I love about it. Plus you can target whoever you want. So I go after the Christian audience, because I want to help broke Christians make money so that they can further God's kingdom and, do other cool things. And so I target certain things that Christians are looking for, and I bridge them into what I'm doing. And that's what's been working for us in our business.
Awesome. Now, I did hear over here, I heard Brian and Polina have a little moment there about Instagram. So why don't you guys tell me what you're doing with Instagram? Because what I understand is it's a picture sharing site, and you can like stuff and have lots of calls to action, and it's very, very popular.
Yeah, it's very popular and it's very powerful because it's actually modern pictures. With Instagram, you can target people by specific hashtags and find specific accounts to follow, and you can create accounts and target a specific audience and speak to that audience and put the call to action in your bio. And speak directly to your audience. So, when they go, they know you're speaking, straight to them. And of course, you're posting pictures, but you're posting it on purpose, like, and give call to action. You share your results, like your lifestyle, maybe something inspiring, but motivational. So it is very powerful.
Awesome. Brian, how are you using YouTube?
Did you say YouTube?
Now you have two.
Yeah, so probably...
Sorry, Instagram. Did I just say
yeah,
YouTube? Is that
you
what
totally
said?
did.
Yeah. Amazing.
The exact same way, most likely, where it's, you get one link on Instagram, and that's the one that goes in your profile. And so that's a custom capture page. And so then all of the stuff that I'm doing, using the bots and stuff to like specific hashtags, it's people who are out there, they're sharing something, and they're putting that hashtag because clearly they're interested in it. And when they get kind of a like from me, there's a little bit of that effect back to where they might say, hey, who's this guy? And come back and look at me. And so being able to engage with people who are interested in the same stuff I'm interested in, and then they come to my Instagram and they see pictures of me traveling, they see pictures of me loving my life in the middle of the day while they're at work, that kind of thing, it brings them in. And then they see my call to action, a little bit of writing about me, and they click on the link and, jump into the funnel.
So how many of you right now are using Instagram actively? Okay, so not quite as many as we're using videos. So, Brian, if I wanted to have everybody in here be excited about Instagram in 3 steps, what would they be? Step 1, probably get an Instagram account.
Choose your target audience.
Choose your target audience, okay.
First step.
And then find some kind of program that can help you leverage that. Automate it, go larger, a bot. I've used Instagram, she's used.
You don't want to spend all time, go like and follow people.
Got it.
You want to automate the process.
So it's the same exact strategy, just on a different platform. Literally, finding your audience, being in a relationship with them, and the call to action is capture page.
Yep, exactly.
You got it.
Pretty easy.
And it's free. Free leads, free traffic.
I do like free marketing strategies.
Yeah.
So, what I know that there are a lot of people in the room right now asking is, they are wondering what it is that created the change from when you were there to when you came up here. That what was the change in your business, in your perspective, in your marketing tactics and strategy that took you and brought your dream of being on stage and sharing your story? What created that? Was it, tell us about when the shift happened. What was the change that brought you from being at an event to being on stage? That's what I'd love to hear. And let's start with my man down the left.
Well, one of the things that Vanessa and we pray for everybody in here almost every day. I'm not going to say every day. We pray for the corporate staff. And then we take action, because we know that God is not going to bless you if you're just standing around, like Dave said, looking for the, missing the boat. And so that's one of the things that we do. And then I'll let her share her side.
Yeah, for me, it was more, I needed to break. So I said, I mentioned I came from the corporate environment. So network marketing, internet marketing, everything was new to me. And so I had a confidence issue. And so I actually initially took what I learned from I got all in right away. I believe you do need to be committed fully. And even though I still was having a challenge with building the business initially. So I kind of did what I knew how to do, which prior to Empower, I had been doing procurement and supplier diversity and things. So I knew about corporate contracts. And I took what I learned from the products and I started doing corporate consulting. And when Adrian and I got married and we had to merge our businesses because you can only have one account per household, I started looking at how he was building the business. And I started kind of getting envious. Like, I was doing a lot of this consulting work and I was still being an online entrepreneur, using the products, but it still wasn't a freedom lifestyle, so to speak. And so I had to really deal with my belief, really, about what the issues were with my confidence in building this business. And obviously I already had confidence in the product, so it really came down to myself. And so I actually just I had to basically eliminate my plan B, which was consulting. And I just wrapped my last contract with Microsoft in June. And so from there, I basically just went through what was the mental block, and I came to the conclusion that it was the confidence, because I didn't have the background and some of the knowledge and know-how. And so I used really top producer Module 2. So if you don't have it and you haven't been using it, you need it. And if you have it and you're not using it, you should be, because it's powerful. It's like the NLP stuff Justin and Dee were talking about earlier, kind of all wrapped in one great module. And so I just, I did that basically. And since then, we've seen dramatic shifts in our business, and really, I wanted to go back to something as well. So for me, because I'm kind of starting brand new, I feel like, in a way, where everyone's kind of, driving traffic from the social media and what have you and videos to capture pages, I'm actually really focused on building my audience right now. And I think when you start this business, you need a list, right? You need people to market to. And so I'm just starting anew, and I was in an event with Dee, and the Bliss, Women of Bliss yesterday with Paulina as well. And, really having your own goals and things. So I have my own goals as well building this business. So some of what I've done.
Awesome. Awesome. So just to recap, definitely, Adrian, what I got from you is beginning with a focus on others and continuing to, really, and first and foremost, thank you for, praying for us, praying for our staff. That's amazing, dude. And it sounds like beginning from a place of gratitude and a focus on others has been a shift for you. Vanessa, for you, confidence and that, commitment, no plan B, and just moving through that. So thank you very much for sharing that. Let's head over to Mr. Chad.
The biggest thing with me was I actually had a message on Facebook one day from this lady, and she goes, "Hey, Chad, are you all in?" Because she was in my team. And I'm like, "Nope." She's like, "Ooh, well, I'm going to get all in. I'm cashing in my 401k, and I'm going to buy all the products. Can you get all the products?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course. We got this." And I was like, "Will you give me a few days?" And she's like, yeah, you've been a great sponsor, blah, blah, whatever. And I'll give you a few days. So I'm like, I started selling freaking everything. DVDs, TVs, clothing, freaking everything, just nothing left. I actually went to an offline mentor, borrowed $1,500. That got me like kind of there, right? I needed like $1,500 or something. I had this vehicle, I had a 2010 Escape, and I put it on Craigslist, no bites, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna have to get aggressive with this. And I started driving it around to different dealerships, trying to sell my vehicle, and they kept on giving me the price that I owed on it. And they're like, yeah, you got this thing wrong with it, and we can only give you what you owe. And so I started getting creative. I went to this new dealership, and I go, hey man, I know this car has this problem with it, but I have this guy that can do the work. He can come in this weekend and he can do the work. I need this much money now. And so it came out to that I needed like $200 more, and he was going to give me like a check for like $800 on Monday. So I come in on Monday, and I go, hey, where's my check? And he goes, oh, your dude never showed up. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously? And I'm like, all right, well, where's my car? And he's like, oh, yeah, we sold it. I wrote over the title to him. They sold it, and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like out of a car. I don't have all the freaking money to get in. So I have this watch that it was like a really sentimental thing. And it was funny. I got it from this guy that I was like a mentor of me in the door-to-door industry, and he was on the side. He was importing rice from Cambodia. So this will go full circle. You'll get it. And he goes to me. He goes, yeah, Louis Vuitton, Breitling, Rolex, all this stuff. It's not made in Italy. It's actually made in Cambodia. Oh, okay, dude, that's cool. And so he owed me a couple bucks, like $200, and he's like, and I was like, hey, instead of giving me the $200, why don't you give me that watch? And I was just joking. It was like this nice Breitling watch, and he's like, sure. And I'm like, well, that was really easy, and he just gives it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. So anyways, coming full circle, I take it into a pawn shop, and I walk in, I go, hey, dude, I want to sell this watch. How much would you give it to me? And he goes, well, is it real? I go, yeah, sure, maybe. I don't really know. And he goes, all right, well, I got to call this guy over from a different store. Guy comes in, he's all like doing the magnifying glass with it, and he goes, sorry, dude, you know, this thing isn't real. You know, we're not gonna be able to buy it from you. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And so that guy leaves. So I end up like borrowing $100 from somebody. So I only need $100 to get all the products. And so that guy leaves, and the original guy goes, hey, I really like this watch. We can't buy it as a store, but I'll give you $100 for it. I'm like, will you give me 150? And he goes, no, only 100. I'm like, all right. So I was like, that's yours. I took the $100, threw it in the bank account, got it all in, had my first $4,150 day, income disclosure, and then I rolled that into like an $8,000 month, did like $12,000 the next month in sales, and I just kind of launched my business from there. And it was like, I just did whatever the fuck it took. It was like, seriously, it just became, like, I burned every boat behind me. I just made the decision to do whatever it took. And, you know, if you guys are on the fence, you know, you just have to get creative, get resourceful, and just do whatever the fuck it takes.
Wow. That is... I love that whole story. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. You know, what this is, and I want to make sure all of you know what you're being given here. These are the kind of things these are the resources that when you're talking to individuals about their business, this is what you want to share. You say, well, if you're having trouble getting all in and you want to do that, let me share with you how Chad got all in. And then you say, so, how bad do you really want it? And they're going to be like, you know, I am ready. Let's go. Rock on, dude. That's awesome.
Thank you. Mine's kind of similar in that it did take a little bit of getting all in, but it was actually also getting to my first event. Raise your hand if it's your first event.
Woo!
Give yourself a hand. Yeah, for me, it was you know, because I had mentioned I didn't know anybody else that had done this, and you know, I was listening to those inner circle audios, and so every single day on the way to work, during my lunch break, and so it starts to become more and more real to me. And then, you know, actually getting to this event, my very first event, that's when it really, really became real to me. I met people from literally all around the world, Thailand and Canada and, you know, Brazil and from everywhere, and all these people, and then, you know, find out that they're all real, that it was working for them, and, you know, I hadn't really made any money at the time, and, you know, they do that commission countdown. And, you know, you guys that just raised your hand, that's going to be a really, really powerful moment for you when you see all those people and all the success that's happening here. And it was that I made the decision, that I got all in, and actually we had launched like the Masters product at that event, so I kind of like got all in again with another product, which was by far the biggest purchase that I had ever made in my life. And so that caused me to grow and to kind of stretch from like this tiny kind of, you know, employee type person to the person that can make it happen, that can become resourceful, that can, you know, do something that I had never done before to try to create something that I've never created before. And for me personally, seeing those people up there on stage, you know, all cheering, seeing everybody stand up when, you know, he asked, has anybody made any money at all that social proof around me cemented it in my brain that this is real. That this wasn't just something that I'm watching on the internet that other people are having, that I'm watching on a live stream, that other people are having success, that this was something that I could do. And it was something that I could do now. And so I just started running. I shut up and I started running, right? I went at it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it came with its ups and downs that we probably don't have time to go through, but I didn't give up. So here I am.
My man. Love it, love it. So how many of you are ready to just shut up and run? Polina, when did it all change?
It changed for me was January event here in Las Vegas. See, from the first event when I started, it was October 2013. I was looking for the breakthrough from outside, and in January I had a realization that I have everything that I need inside me to succeed. And I made a decision, you know, not like before I want to be on the leaderboard, oh, I want to speak on the stage, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, I made a commitment that I'm going to do it, no matter what. I quit my excuses. And I set intention that I'm going to hit leaderboards, I'm going to speak on a stage, I'm going to create my first biggest month, 10,000 in 30 days. I didn't achieve it. I actually made 11,000 in 30 days after that decision. So yeah, that was a breakthrough for me.
Commitment, decision, doing whatever it takes, and just shutting up and running. Yep. I think everybody here now knows exactly why these people are here sharing their stories, the success that they've created, but most importantly that they've shared with all of you that it can all change the moment you decide to make the change. And that's what you can see in all of these stories. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give each of them an opportunity to have you guys shout out the word rise. Because as you know, if you get up on stage, you get the opportunity to do that. So I'm going to make sure that all of you get on your feet and give them a shout of rise that is indicative of just how committed you are to making the changes you know you need to make, to employing the marketing tools that they've talked to you about that you may not be using yet, or if you are using it, you're not using it in a way that you're serious about it. You're not shutting up and running. You're not pouring every single ounce at a level of focus and diligence that I can only imagine how long that whole process of going all in took. You haven't yet gathered the confidence or the willingness to focus on others. Or maybe it's just something right now that you just need someone to ask you to stand up and shout that you are ready to rise beyond whatever the limitation is that is stopping you from sharing your story on stage at our next event. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with little Miss Polina here, and it's really easy. They know what to do. All you got to do is just say 1, 2, 3. They'll take care of the rest.
Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3, rise!
1, 2, 3,
Rise!
1, 2, 3.
Rise!
1, 2, 3.
Rise! Empower Network, please give it up for our names to watch: Adrian and Vanessa Hines, Chad Ogstadt, Brian Couch, and Polina Klukic!